This is a simple example of a series circuit wherein we have three resistors connected in series. So the first resistor is 1 kilo ohm, then the second and the third resistor have a value of 1.5 kilo ohm. So they are connected to a voltage source with a value of 5 volts. Now, for series, so they are connected along a single conductive path as shown, which means the same current flows through all of the components, but voltage drop is different for each resistors. So we can run this simulation by first activating this one. So we'll show the current, the voltage, and I think that's it. And then let's play the simulation. So conventional current motion, and there we have it. So current is already flowing in our circuit. So this is our circuit diagram for our series circuit. So we have here three resistors, so R1, then we have R2, then we have R3. So we will try to build this part, these three resistors, in our breadboard. Okay, so what we can do here is first to label the following conducting material present in our circuit diagram. So I will call this first circle here, this conducting material, as A. So this will be your B, this will be your C, and this will be your D. And the resistors, so R1, R2, and R3. So we know from our previous discussion that inside your breadboard, so we have this one conducting material placed along this row of your breadboard. So let's place the starting terminal of your R1 at that part. So this will become your R1. So this part, this first part will be your A conducting material. Then this will be your B. So therefore you can connect your R2 here up to here. So this will be your R2 and this will be your C. Then connecting the starting point of your R3 from C up to this point, which is your conducting material B. So this is your R3, and there you go. And you can connect the positive part of your power supply along your A, then the negative part of your power supply along DB. So I have here, this is 1 kilo ohm resistor. Then I have here two 1.5 kilo ohm resistor. So that's brown, green, red, and gold for the tolerance. So I'm going to use, of course, our breadboard here to build first series of resistors. So how can we build a series of resistor using this breadboard? So first, I will just randomly connect one end of my 1k ohm resistor here. So it is connected at row 50, then the other end at row 43. Then I'll get another resistor. So I'll connect this one at the same row as this one end of 1 kilo ohm. So I'll connect this one here. Okay, so I think I need to push this one further. Then I'm going to connect the other end anywhere. Maybe I'll just connect it here. Okay. So now yeah, so the other end of this resistor is connected at row 35. Then I'll get another resistor here. So my third resistor, which is a value of 1.5 kilo ohm. Connect this one here at this point, or this row 35. Same row as the right end of this second resistor. Then connect this one anywhere. Okay, so there you have it. So we have here three resistors
connected in series. So later, we will further investigate this very simple circuit by connecting this one to a power supply. So we have here a power supply. It's quite heavy here. So it's a power supply. Then we will use a multimeter to measure the current, the resistance, and the voltage value of my resistors. Okay.